We are back at it again here with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To all the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all the subscribers, welcome back. All I ask for in return is for you to smash that like button to let me know you watch this video. Helps out the YouTube channel and lets me know you appreciate the time and effort I put into making these videos. And before we jump into all the content that we have for this video, because we're going to talk about the two top stocks that have exploded today and are setting up to explode coming Monday and next week. And there's a lot of reasons why you want to watch this because of its technicals as well as the short float and everything about it. We're going to jump into it, but before we do, I want to share with you guys the stocks I mentioned this morning over at the Discord. Managed to find two home run opportunities, and we're going to get right into these two top stocks setting up to continue to explode based off of technicals and the short float, and they've exploded today tremendously as well. So the two home runs I mentioned this morning over at the Discord were phenomenal. It was a great way to end the week and a great way to end the month, right? The last weekend before the month transitioning into September next week. It was spectacular, guys. If this is something you want to become part of, I would like to invite you to join us. The link is down below in the description to the Discord. And by joining, you'll become part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. So here we are with NURO, one of the stocks I mentioned, CEMI, RNXT, and TAOP. This was our worst performer, and CEMI was our worst performer, giving 10% plus at its highest point. This gave jumps of 3 to 5%, 5 to 10%, but our two home runs, we're going to go ahead and look at them here on the chart. They were spectacular, guys. So here we are with NURO, and this jumped up in the pre-market, right? Pretty fast, a 3 to 5% when we started watching it, pulled back down and took off a nice 20% plus in a matter of minutes. Then it sat sideways and took off to a highest point of 60% plus in the day, guys. This was phenomenal. Now, RNX was our second home run of the day, and it gave us a highest point of 20% plus in a matter of 5 minutes, guys. And this is what we look for. Opportunities daily. If this is something that interests you, you're more than welcome to join us. We look forward to having you join us. And it's not just about the stocks I watch that creates value in this community, if not the community itself that you can become part of today, guys. Let's jump into these charts. So the first stock on our list here is ATER, and this stock has exploded today from being kind of sideways in the $3 and $4 range and has gone all the way up to the 7s in the aftermarket hours. One of the highest points in the day was near 668 at its highest point, and then it pulled back and it's continuing. And this is why this is a stock you want to be watching going into Monday, because it continued even further. And when you zoom out, there's a lot of room here for the upside. And after earnings, it got beat down. It went to lows here of about $3, and it has nearly doubled in a half on its way up. Now the question is, could it continue? The first thing is, I would be looking at this resistance level up here of 856. It's the highest point before the collapse. That is definitely a point where this stock will want to re-enter or get close to break out even further. Okay, that's the first thing. The second thing is the support level, right? 582, super important to watch. If that gets broken through, there's a lot of room here to watch and see. I would use a midway point right here at 503 and then down here at 411. But we're going to look at why this is so important going into Monday and going into next week in general, of why this stock has so much potential to go even higher. And the first reason is it's short interest, guys. It's above 20%. When you look at this whole entire chart here, falling wedge here going downwards, and then it actually has spiked up. And the question is, could it hold up? Well, those key levels I've shared with you guys, you definitely want to watch them. But 23%, almost 24% is pretty high. And look at the highs here of back in March at $49. I'm not saying it's going to reach that or even here $20 or $30, but those are all possible numbers if this can continue going higher. Now, worst case scenario, if this does push up higher and it kind of fades away pretty quickly, well, as you can see on the chart, as they say, gaps need to be filled sometimes. Well, around $8 and some change, I would really look at this closely and see if it actually holds itself up, or if weakness starts and it kind of just went back up, consolidated, or collapsed, right? This is going to be a big journey going into next week because all eyes are on this right now. This is taken off towards the end of the day, right? Since the beginning of the day, but towards the end of the day, it was significant. and then also this aftermarket hours movement. So it's pretty big. And the short interest, I will be watching it very closely if it starts going lower, meaning that shorts started to cover. 23%, almost 24% is pretty high, guys. Everyone's eyes is on this one, and for months, everyone has been watching closely how this reacts because they've seen in the past how this squeezes, right? And it's almost looking like that same strength from way back here in January, same strength from February, same strength from June, and then it's just been in a downward direction. Hit the lows here of about 220 and has been taking off since then, right? Started pushing up, sat sideways, and today was a significant day. All of its movement has happened nearly today. Doubled in a half here at this point, guys. This is about 150% upside, okay? Pretty big move. And here you are seeing it continue in the aftermarket hours. Now, this short interest is going to surprise you and probably shock you. I mean, this is a pretty high short interest, what we're going to look at. Now, I'm going to talk about some key levels you want to watch here on the chart based off the technicals to be very cautious, right? Because this is very, very risky at these levels, and it's very speculative overall, okay? So when you look here, okay, it has taken off, and it broke through some key resistance levels based off their chart here on the platform. But the most important thing I want you to see here is the short float, guys. 50% shorts, okay? Short float 50%. Within today's move, some of this has to have covered, okay? Some of these shorts have to have covered because that is a huge move. But 50%, I've seen 20, I've seen 30, I've seen 40. 50%, that is big, guys. Just like the name of the ticker symbol without the two B's. Big. Okay. Bbig stock has exploded, and there's probably even more room for a possible squeeze. I mean, there's so much shorts to cover here that the longer this stays up, the bigger the squeeze could be, because the only way shorts cover is not when the stock's down here, if not up here and higher. So the first thing I would look at is obviously the highest point. That needs to be broken through, but that's just a few cents away from here. So when we zoom out and we look at the history of the chart, okay, this has hit some highs here that the only next focus is the highest point that we saw in January, and that's 932. And in between 932 and 759, I'll be looking at $8, okay, to see what is going on within that area if it continues. To the downside, I would be watching 571 and then all the way down here at 479 to see if the bulls are trying to reappear and bring it back up, or if the bears are tearing this one down fairly fast. If it breaks through 479, I would have to reanalyze the whole entire chart and see what's going on. But just to share with you guys, just in case it happens, the next point of reference I would probably look at, just to kind of look at this quickly, is 407. So just $4, okay? And if $4 gets broken through, I'm not saying it can't reverse back up, because this is still in a possible squeeze territory because of the fact that it's moved from $2 to $4, and the shorts will still have to cover if it stays up here, but it has gone into a lot more weakness. So keep in mind those levels, pay close attention to them, and 50% short interest. I mean, that's pretty huge. I look forward to seeing your guys' thoughts down below. As always, if you learned something new, don't forget to subscribe. Click on the bell so you don't miss a single video that I post. Share this with a friend so they can receive the insight as well. And thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some